So let's start off, because we don't have a freeze warning tomorrow morning. We could next week, Wednesday and Thursday, but I'll get to that in a moment. Let's start off with the low temperatures this morning. Yeah, 20s, teens for a couple of spots, but specific to Grand Junction because we were in the freeze warning this morning until 9 a.m. 5 a.m., we were still 31 degrees. Between 5 a.m. and 8 a.m., the temperature fluctuated down to our low, which was 28, back up to the mid-30s, so it kind of did a roller coaster. It never really remained set at 28 for any long period of time. In fact, every hour it warmed and cooled, so kind of eased its way into the colder temperatures this morning. The start for many of us to get our workday going did feel a little cool as a result of these numbers. We're going to improve on these tonight. In fact, we're in a warming trend right now. We don't have weather alerts across the board. This is going to remain clear through about Saturday night, though I am still watching the Four Corners region, still watching the Front Range as well, because they could be dealing with some red flag warnings. They have dry conditions in place. We all have very dry conditions in place. In fact, some locations getting pretty close to an inch rain deficit. Now, that is not an ideal situation to be in. Please don't be the human element. Don't be the human ignition source. We're going to continue into these dry conditions through the weekend. Once we get into Sunday morning, a couple of mountain zones will pick up snow, and then getting into next week, our main player will be Tuesday, and that's going to bring some widespread rain showers. Of course, other hazards as well. Temperatures right now, mid-50s, low 60s, taking a peak at the high temperatures for the day. While not official, these are going to hold steady, I feel like. Low 60s is typical for Montrose this time of the year. 64, we'll call it mid-60s for Grand Junction, right where we should be. So this is an improvement over yesterday, and we'll build on these numbers for Friday and for Saturday. We're not going to set records, but we are going to be running 10 to 15 degrees warmer than we really should be for this time of the year. So this is spring. And we have to talk about wind, because wind returns to the forecast late weekend and basically all of next week. Right now, we have 10, maybe 20 mile per hour wind speeds. Top wind gusts of the day, nothing greater than 20 miles per hour, except if you find yourself in Pitkin County or Gunnison County, and there 25 to 30. So these are manageable wind gusts. Don't anticipate much wind. In fact, similar wind speeds for Friday, even for the start of Saturday. But with Saturday comes changes. Leading up to Saturday, we have these dry conditions in place. Again, I want to emphasize, please be very cautious if you're trailering. Tighten up those chains. Don't flick those cigarette butts out the window. Keep them to yourself. And of course, if you're working with any hot engines, machinery, anything that could spark, moving through this spring season, the wind will play a number on it, so please exercise caution. We will change that dry forecast next week, but before then, we have these great conditions that'll take us all the way through Saturday. Mostly clear, quiet, above average temperatures will build in for Friday and for Saturday. But Saturday night, now the main player is Tuesday. That's a cold front storm system, but leading up to it, we have a couple slugs of energy, first of which comes out of the Pacific Northwest late Saturday night into early Sunday morning. That's going to swing right through the northern zone, so that could put some fresh snow in the northern mountain zone Sunday morning. But that means Saturday night, we're going to increase the cloud coverage, thin high clouds, and we could get a little breezy locally Saturday night. And then on Sunday, cloud coverage sticks around, temperatures lower a little bit, getting us back to the averages in the middle and lower 60s. And then, of course, we'll keep wind in the forecast. We'll look at Sunday night into Monday morning with another slug of energy passing through. A little bit of snow for the mountain zones, but I think all of us are going to remain dry as a result. But getting into Tuesday, that's where we have this big system coming through, and it's going to deliver rain showers Monday night through Tuesday, lingering into Wednesday. I'll show the extended forecast for you to explain. Tomorrow morning, improvements on these low temperatures. I think this is the big important number because we're no longer in those sub-freezing temperatures. Most of us are getting away from those below 32 degrees. And a lot of locations tomorrow afternoon checking in with much better temperatures to wrap out the work week. There's the wind in the forecast all of next week. Cold front comes through on Tuesday, and then the problem exists Thursday morning. Colder temperatures. So middle and late next week, that's where we're going to revisit likely those chilly temperatures, and that's, of course, horticultural and agricultural interests. But until then, we really have great temperatures. Low 70s, near 80 for Grand Junction, near 70s for Montrose. But everybody's going to pick up the wind for the late weekend period. Everybody's going to continue to look at that passing rain shower influence for Tuesday, and that'll ramp up ahead and behind it for the Monday and the Wednesday time frame. Meanwhile, mountain zones, yes, picking up some new snow.